What's his name? I can't name mine. Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
And those are the words of Daniel Triple D Dubois. He calls out Filip Hrgovic. Filip Hrgovic, of course, was calling out a few fighters, a few names, but Daniel Dubois wants to be the name that Filip Hrgovic claims. Bars. And let me counterpunch. I think for Daniel Dubois, like I told you guys with the Miller call out, because, Jarrell Miller called out Daniel Dubois for a rematch. And I thought it would be rather hardly that fight will go down simply because, you have Daniel Dubois looking for the next step. He's trying to get back where he was. Okay. So he, of course he got dropped with a jab. Then he beats Jarrell Miller, takes his O. Now he's back in the driver's seat. So he's trying to get that IBF because he knows on that IBF side, the IBF are the only ones that belt is probably the only thing up for grabs at this point. And they know it. And Filip Hrgovic knows it, and Daniel Dubois knows it. So he's like, hey, I'm the winner, just like him. In the days of reckoning, that meant something, right? So, he wants to put his bid in. And I say, why not? I would like to see Daniel Dubois versus Filip Hrgovic. I think those type of fights like that, Filip Hrgovic versus Daniel Dubois, that would be a good fight to see. And it means a lot. But will Filip Hrgovic want to give that up? Because, he's in line to fight for the championship belt, where Daniel Dubois, he's just coming off, a win that put him back to where he needed to be. So I think it's rather premature for Daniel Dubois, even though he was the WBA regular champion once upon a time for a little bit. But he wants Filip Hrgovic because he knows where that'll put him. But why would Filip give Daniel Dubois an opportunity versus, or on that same token, rather, why would he give Jarrell Miller another opportunity? So I think both of these fights are pretty much canceling itself out with both of these opportunities because Jarrell Miller, he's got an Antonio Tarver on his side. And then Antonio Tarver, I think, is a guy that's looking to show how good he is as a trainer, because we've heard Antonio Tarver, Mr. Orlando. That's why Mr. Orlando. That's why I was thinking of Orlando. He's from Orlando. So he's trying to show people who he is. We've heard what he had to say, and he knows boxing. So, he has Jarrell Miller under his wing. So Jarrell Miller is a project that I think he's trying to get back together, and Jarrell Miller, this is the quietest I ever seen him, which that may be a good thing. That just shows it's definitely an humbling thing that I would pick up on. Okay. But other than that, Antonio Tarver working with Jarrell Miller, you never know where these fighters will go, with the right type of guidance. Okay, with the right type of guidance, you'll never know what they'll be able to accomplish. But they do need an opportunity. And I think for Jarrell Miller needs to change in a drastic way. And he may have that type of trainer amongst him. But enough about Jarrell Miller. We're talking about Daniel Dubois here. Daniel Dubois, Filip Hrgovic, they're in good positions. Filip Hrgovic is in a great position. And I don't see that fight happening, but I think it's fun for Daniel Dubois to put his name in the hat. But you guys tell me what you think of Daniel Dubois calling out Filip Hrgovic. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!